A reporter once met with a very successful manager to ask him the secrets of his success. He said, "Tell me, how come you have become such a successful manager?" The manager responded and said, "I can answer your questions with 2 words. Good decisions." The reporter was not satisfied. So he asked the second question. He told the manager and said, "I believe you, but how do you make good decisions?" The manager said, "I can answer your question with 1 word, experience." The reporter still was not happy or satisfied. So he asked the third question. He said, "How do you get experience?" The manager responded, "I can answer your question with 2 words, bad decisions." So ladies and gentlemen, there are ways to be successful at times. You make the bad decisions, it's painful, it's costly. But today I'm going to talk about how can you be successful without going that route. And that would be by seeking wisdom. Why is wisdom important anyway? Why am I talking about that? And why am I telling you to seek wisdom? What are the consequences if we don't have wisdom? If we don't have wisdom, we will never be able to reach our optimum level in our life. All those ambitions, we cannot achieve them. And the thing about wisdom, or the lack thereof, is that it spreads into a lot of areas in our lives. If we don't have wisdom in managing our time, what happens? We waste our lives, right? If we don't use wisdom in managing our money, what happens? We lose money. If we don't exercise wisdom in selecting the kind of friends we want to hang out with, what happens? Bad influence. And lastly, if we don't exercise wisdom in how we take care of our health, what happens? We become ill. Exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we exercise wisdom. But today I'm only going to talk about only one aspect of those 4 I just talked about, and that is time. How do we use our time wisely? You see, time is the most irreversible asset that we have. As a result, it's the most important asset that we have. If we lose today, May 27, 2015, it will never come back. But if we lose money today, we could make it tomorrow. I lost about $57,000 a few years ago. Bad decision. But I made that over many times. You can do that with money. Unfortunately, that is not so with time. Recently, I got invited to speak at a health conference because I've authored a book, a health book. I get invited sometimes. And I get excited when I talk to people that are interested in health because I love the idea of nourishing the body. And when I walked into this meeting room, there were 60 women. And I said, great, I'm going to connect with them. We're going to talk about health, and we're going to empower and excite everyone. So I wanted to connect with them from the moment I walked in, and I said, how many of you ladies like to work out at least 3 times a week? 60 women. How many ladies you think raise their hands? What?
0.
0. You're very close. Smart girl. Actually, 5. And you know I have sometimes a problem projecting my voice, so I made sure, let me clear my throat and let me project a little bit. So I took a little sip of my drink. I said, how many of ladies work out at least 3 times a week? 3 times a week. They didn't have any problem with my speech. They heard me well before, because it's still 5 ladies. But you know, I'm not one to judge. So I said, these people are at a health conference, so there must be a reason. So maybe it's because they're so busy going to the farmer's market, buying the organic, fresh produce, you know, to prepare for their family, and Whole Foods to get the free-range chicken and the wild Alaskan salmon. That's what it is. I want to celebrate their effort. So I'm going to ask them what they like to do, because I bet you that's what it is. So I said, how many of you ladies like to cook healthy food? Anybody wants to guess how many raise their hands out of 60 women?
5.
Close. 7 women. So I'm thinking in my head, we're at the health conference, 5 women work out, 7 women cook healthy. What happens if I were like at a McDonald's convention? Can you imagine? This is scary. But I didn't want my frustration or my disappointment to come and to be visible in my face. So I wanted to play it down. So I thought I would just joke about it and say, how many of you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Guess how many hands went up?
60?
47. 47. I know you are too sophisticated to watch that. So for you, I'm sure it's something else. But what concerned me was, they're too busy to work out, they're too busy to cook healthy food, but they have time with Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And one of the ladies actually said, whenever I come from work, that's my joy, just to relax. It just comes to me, you know, she's trying to justify it. But the thing she doesn't know is she's not keeping up with the Kardashians. Because while she's on her couch, trading off her workout and her health cooking with Kardashians, the Kardashians are making millions, so she's not catching up with them. She's catching up with the gossip. By the end of the day, she will learn what color is Bruce Jenner painting his nails. But what is that going to relate to life? So I know you don't want the Kardashians, but what is it that's stealing your time so you cannot fulfill your dream? Check that. And I just want to say that what has helped me in my life is to keep tab of everything I do at the end of the day. Try that system. You'll be amazed how effective that is in helping you manage. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave you with this thought. Success is like a love affair. Any fool can start it, but only the wise can finish it.
Please write feedback for Sehin on the first speaker's